Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Sandown Park here on Saturday. It is July the 6th, 2019. I'm going to look at all the stakes races on the program, including the Eclipse. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And join me next Thursday for the opening of Saratoga. It's going to be some great racing there, so join me for my previews for that. But today's card from Sandown is very good. We have a lot of stakes races to look at, including the Eclipse. So we'll look at races 1, 3, 4, and 6. So the 150, the 3 o'clock, the 3:35, and the 4:45. So let's get on to it. The first race, the 150. It's the Group 3 Coral Charge Stakes. It's a Group 3 race for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $89,500. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses dashing 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to take the 3-horse Garius. I'm going to go 3-2-1 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 3-2-1 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection of 3-horse Garius. This 3-year-old colt by acclamation. Charlie Hill trains. James Doyle gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came the 16th of May at York. 5 furlongs in the West South Stakes. The horse won by head that day. He stalked early on. He got the lead. And, Shades of Blue, who won next start out, gave him a good battle. But this horse, he held on to a very nice victory that day. It was a good run. I like him, his running style sitting a little bit closer here, but he doesn't need the lead, and I think he'll sit on a good run. Before that, he ran in the conditioned stakes at Nottingham, 10th of April, going 5 furlongs in good ground, and he won by 1/4 lengths, and he got the lead, and then he just took off clear. A very easy final race for him, final furlong for him there, and then he ran in a handicap at Doncaster, 27th of October, 6 furlongs on soft ground. He finished 4th by 6 1/4 lengths that day, and he started that day, but he just never quickened up. I think the wet ground got to him, and then Newberry 6 furlongs in the Group 3 Duty Free Mill Reef Stakes. He finished 4th by 8.5 lengths that day. He stalked, and again, he just never got into it, but the ground was quite soft. He's going to see firm ground today, which I think he'll like, and I think he's sitting on a good run, so at 3-1 I'll take him. So to recap my selection for the first, the 150 from Sandown, it's Group 3 Coral Charge. Let's take the 3-horse Garius. I'll go 3-2-1 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. Race number 3 now, as we scroll over, the 3 o'clock from Sandown. It is the Coral Distaff. It's a fillies listed stakes for Class 1 horses, going for a purse $51,000. Race for 3-year-old fillies only, which have never won a Group 1 race. 8 horses are going 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to take the number 8 horse, Muchley. I'm going to go 8-6-3 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 8-6-3 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, 8 horse, Muchley. 3-year-old filly by Ifshra here. John Gosden trains. Frank Guidatori gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came 23rd of May at Goodwood, mile and a quarter in the Height of Fashion Stakes, and the horse finished 4th by 5 lengths, and he just never got into it, never quickened up. Not needing to improve, but she didn't. It wasn't her day to win. I think coming here, lesser quality horses than the Goodwood race. I think she's sitting on a better run. Before that, the 1st of May at Ascot, 1 mile of conditioned stakes. She won by head that day. She stalked, she got the lead, and then, Frankie had to use her a lot in the final furlong, but she still held on to a very nice victory there. And then in Newberry, 7 furlongs on soft ground in the Group 3 Fred Darling Stakes. He finished 8th by 7 lengths and was with the leaders early on, but then just kind of hit the wall, couldn't get into it, and then before that, Newberry, 1 mile and a novice, she won by a neck that day, and she just had everything her own way all by herself, and she won quite impressively, even by the small margin. Throughout that last run, she's going to see firmer ground here today, and at 5-1, I think she could give Frankie a good day. So to recap my selection for the third, it is the Coral Distaff, the listed Coral Distaff. Let's go with the 8-horse Muchley. I'm going to go 8-6-3 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. The featured 4th race, the 3:35 from Sandown. It is the Group 1 Eclipse, the Coral Eclipse. It's a Group 1 race for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $960,000, so just under $1 million. This race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 8 horses heading 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the turf course. My top selection, I think Enable should run a big race. I'm going to go 6-4-7 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 6-4-7 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, 6-horse Enable. 5-year-old Merit by Nathaniel. John Gosden trains. Frank Guidatori gets the leg up. This horse has had a great career so far. Most recent I came in the Breeders' Cup Turf at Churchill, mile and a half, November 3rd, on very waterlogged heavy ground, which she probably detested. She still won by 3/4 of length, becoming the first ARC Breeders' Cup Turf winner. She sat back early. Frankie took her to the outside of the course, which was the best course, the position of the course, with the dry Churchill drains very towards the inside hedge. So he had took the horse out to the 10 path to the firmer ground, and this horse took off and ran a hell of a race and fought a good run and won quite impressively that day. Even before then, the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe at Longchamp, she won by a neck. She got the lead again on probably ground she didn't like, and it wasn't 100% crank that day, but she still held on to a good victory, beating Sea of Class, who was really closing up for the clouds from a parking lot post draw. And then in her seasonal reappearance in the September Stakes at Kempton, she won by 3.5, and she just took off in the final two. She could have won by more, but Frankie didn't want to kill the horse. It was a very good run. Before that, she won the Arc very nicely at Shanty. She won the Yorkshire Oaks. One of her only losses came when Frankie wasn't on the horse. That came at Newbury, 1 mile and a quarter in a conditions race where the horse finished third by 2.25 lengths. She stalked, but she just never could get into it. The winner, Shutter Speed's a decent horse, but blame William Buick that day. But since then, she's done everything right. Her preferred trip, ideally, is a mile and a half, but I think she can come back today to a mile and a quarter, especially first off the break. A lot of people are questioning, can she win off a long break with this tough race? Just keep in mind, her sire Nathaniel did it quite a few years ago. Not quite a few, but in the last 10. I believe it was 2012. But, so it is possible. At 4 to 5, I'll take him. Not the best price in the world, so we'll have to hit the TriCast here. So here's my TriCast to recap my selections for the fourth. The 335 from Sandown, which is to feature Group 1 Coral Eclipse. Let's take the number 6 horse Enables, the top selection. We'll go 6, 4, 7 in the TriCast trifecta. The stayers are going to be running at the 4:45. The sixth race, the next race we'll be looking at, which is the Coral Marathon. It's listed stakes for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $51,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. 6 horses are going 3,200 meters or 2 miles on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to take the 3-horse Falcon 8. I'm going to go 3, 5, 6 in the TriCast trifecta. 3, 5, 6 TriCast trifecta. Top selection of 3-horse Falcon 8. This 4-year-old colt by Galileo, Dermot Welch trains. Frankie Dettori gets the leg up. The horse's most recent out came 17th of May at Leopardstown. First off the break, a mile 3/4 in the 11 Moss Stakes, and the horse finished second by 3/4 in length. It closed up well at the end. The winner, Twilight Payment, ran a hell of a race and won extra out, but this horse, he ran a good second place finish off the break. Getting the 2-mile trip today, which I think is his preferred trip, second off the break, I think he'll really run a better run, especially on firmer ground. Before that, he ran 30th of September in Ace, 2 miles in the Group 3 Low Brown Stakes, and he finished third by 3 lengths. He had a little bit of a turn of foot that day. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it wasn't a bad race either. And then at Killarney, a mile 3/16. It's going to be mile 3. It's in a novice lounge race. He won by 5.5 lengths, and he sat back early. He had a great turn of foot, and he just won for fun. Could have won by more, but it was a very easy run. Back to the staying trip off, second off the break at 8 to 5. I think he'll run well. So to recap my selection for the 6th, the 4:45 from Sandown, it's the Coral Marathon. Let's take the 3-horse Falcon 8 as a top selection. I'll go 3, 5, 6 in the TriCast trifecta. So go back to one. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.